Hello awesome people, welcome to my channel and to my financial empowerment series where I'm teaching you how to have a side hustle you can do in the comfort of your home. And if you want to start an online e-commerce store, things that you can do in the comfort of your home, and then you now put it online. So today we are going to go into step and step process of how you can start your t-shirt business right from the comfort of your home. I will be moving you from one station to the other. By the way, my name is Aderonke, so call me simply called Ade, or you can use my initial to address me, AO. I'm fine with that if that is easier for you. What do? I am a Christian entrepreneur and a coach. I have a boutique for apparel and gift. So without further delay, let's go into the business of the day, and I'll begin to show you things that you are going to need. Go. Okay, this is the station for cutting, printing, it's pressing. You will need a work area where you will need to put your machine, and the kind of machine you will get depends on the space you have. So when you are making your choice, you need to think of the space you have and what you want to start with, and also your budget will determine the kind of machines and tools you are going for. Now for the projects we have today, which is apparel business, custom apparel like t-shirts, hoodies that people wear for different events, and also during celebration like birthdays, funeral services, tons and tons of events where people wear custom t-shirts. So your customers are everywhere. If you are going to do like something that is a photo t-shirt or a photo bag, which is one of the things that people really love. They love to put the picture of their loved ones on gifts they want to give to them. There are two printers that will do that for you. One is inkjet printer, the other one is sublimation printer. This is one of the inkjet printer that is economical when you are considering the ink that will be used. This is called Eco Tank, and the brand is Epson, the one I've chosen. Also, the sublimation printer, I've seen people converting this inkjet printer to a sublimation printer. However, I don't want to do that personally, because I believe that if it's for inkjet, then I will use it for inkjet. If it's sublimation, I will prefer sublimation printer for sublimation project. I just want to tell you that people also convert their inkjet printer to sublimation, printer. The printer you are using at home can be a starting point for you before you now buy, more expensive printer. Like this printer, we print something like this. You will need something called heat transfer paper. This is a special kind of paper. It's not like the regular paper that you are using you know, at home to print something for your children homework or your assignment. No, it is a special kind of printer where the graphic you need will be is plain, and the carrier sheet where the design will not be, the manufacturer always put something there to let you know that this is not the place you will print your graphic inside. Then it will come nicely, very rich in color, very beautiful, like as you can see this. Now, depending on what the person wants, either it's on bag or on a t-shirt, you will now be able to press it on the t-shirt, and then sizes, you will format the sizes in which in the graphic software you are using to make the design. That is that about it. Transfer sheet and the project you can use them for. Before you will be able to put them on this, you need something called excuse me, you need this heat press. That is what will now press this design you have printed on your transfer sheet on your product. When you are using this heat press, three things are very important to know. Each of the material that you use for your project has different settings, so you will need to know the temperature you need to set your heat press to. You will need to know the pressure that the material you want to print on your product needs, and you will need to know the time duration that you will need to set in order for you to have an awesome outcome. If you compromise any of those three important tips, you will not get a good result. And something you want to avoid is this: you don't want to print something for a customer, and when the customer takes it away from you, the design removes. No, you don't want to do that, because for business success, you need repeat customers that keeps coming to you again and again. The only thing that will make customers to come to you again and again is by you giving them an awesome customer experience. Nobody wants to lose $1. Yes, nobody wants to waste money. Now, when you want to do your project, there are other things that are very, very important. One of it is called the cover sheet. When you place your project, any project you want to do, when you place it on the heat press, you set them well. We are not using this today. The other thing we will use, I will show you when we get to the next station. When you place your project, I'm just looking for something quick to demonstrate for you. A second, please. Now, let's say this t-shirt is what I want to print on. you will set it well in a way that it will be, your design will be at the center. Before you put your design, you want to make sure that the blank doesn't have moisture or wrinkle. After setting your heat press to the temperature it ought to have, the pressure and the timing for the kind of transfer you are using, then you will press this down. If this is the kind of heat press you are using, the heat press we are using for today's project is in another station, which is the easiest, the simplest, the fastest, and one of the cheapest heat press you can start with. So the heat will, for about 2 to 5 seconds to remove the moisture and the wrinkle. Why are you doing that? You don't want anything to be in between your project and where you want to place your design. And after placing your design, in order to protect, the heat platen from having stain, you want to put this cover sheet. This is reusable. However, if you don't have this cover sheet, you can use this parchment paper that we normally use in the kitchen at home to prep for our baking stuff. That one can work well also. It is heat resistant, and the heat resistance is of parchment paper is up to 400 Fahrenheit. However, most of the materials you will be using will not even require temperature that is up to 400 Fahrenheit. So you are covered if you are yet to get this. So that's about heat press. Don't worry, in other videos I will be doing a tutorial on each of these two, the nitty-gritty of each of them. We are going to look into that, but that is what you need to to get started. I have some unboxing videos, maybe I will link in the description in future videos for you to be able to see the nitty-gritty, in case maybe you are considering having this or the other one that I'm going to show you. Now, there is another way you can design your project without needing printer, and that is using a vinyl cutting machine to cut vinyl. What is a vinyl? This is a vinyl. There are different kinds of heat transfer vinyl that you can use on your project. The opportunity there is endless when it comes to this. This is so cool. There are so many different ones of them, but without this vinyl cutting machine, you won't be able to cut this. The brand I'm using is called Cricut. There is another popular brand called Silhouette. Why do I choose Cricut? When I was comparing the noise when these machines are in operation, I discovered that the noise of this is bearable, but the noise of silhouette is too loud for my liking. So if I want to work at home, it will it will be it will be too disturbing for other members of my family, and I don't want to, you know, to make them uncomfortable, because even myself, that noise of silhouette is so uncomfortable for me. So that's why I go for cricket. The second thing is how simple, how user friendly the software you are going to use for your project is. For cricket, it's like a kind of dummy approach to using graphic software. And trust me, anything that is easier, I prefer that. If something is difficult, people can abandon the vision, people can abandon the project. So because of that, I love this brand. I love this brand. Yeah. So the cricut machine is what you will need to cut. So we are going to demonstrate with this, because the project I want to show you today is using vinyl to make project. I can show you some of the projects I've used, different vinyls to make here. You can see this. This is glittering. If I bring this material close to you, you will see it's glittering. This is called glitter iron-on. And there are two brands that are leading brands in producing this vinyl. One is called Caesar. I love all the materials I've gotten from them. And the other one is Cricut. Cricut, those two brands, I really love their materials so well. So it's endless. They have different colors that will amaze you. See this. It will amaze you. I can keep on showing you. It makes your product so unique. It's something that people will always come back for. The appetite that these people will have, it's endless. You can do different things with them. I just so much love, die cutting so much. I think you are loving what you are seeing. I'm just reaching out. And you can do stuffs, not just on regular t-shirts. You can see me. This is a fanciful, top. I'm making this ready for Easter, and I have one other one out there for Easter. You can see this is another material. It gives you a kind of shiny effect. You see, a kind of shiny effect. They are just so gorgeous. These are not regular t-shirts. These are classic, tops. So it's endless. Yeah. As we are doing our project, I'll be showing you different materials that you can use for your cricut machine. So this cricut machine comes with all kinds of tools. Depending on the kind of machine you get, some will come with the tools ready for you to use. However, with my own experience, the cutting tool that came with my cricut maker wasn't good. In fact, it got me so frustrated because by the time I set things in, it will not cut, and I will say, but it's supposed to cut. It's supposed to cut. Until I have to go and buy a premium 5-point cutting tool. That is when I had success. And thank God I didn't give up. Why am I sharing this story? In your business journey, you will get to a state that something will want to frustrate you. Trust me, don't be frustrated. If somebody has done it, then know it is possible. Just tell yourself, oh, there is something vital I'm still missing. There is an important information I'm still missing. That is why I'm not getting it. So I will keep on searching. I will keep on looking. And your sister is here to help you. Just send the questions and I'll be able to, pass the information across to you. Now with Cricut machine, you can start with the smallest size possible that can be able to do your project. Don't wait until you have expensive, you are able to buy very expensive ones. In business, we scale. We start with what we have the capacity to start with. Then we scale as you are having orders, having profit. Reinvest the profit into your business and keep on expanding and enlarging your business. Now, apart from the tool that you need and the vinyl material that you need, in order to be able to use Cricut, you will need a mat. Mat comes in different, grip strength. This one is standard grip, and that is the most popular. That is the one you will use most of the time for your apparel cutting. Oh, not fabric cutting, because if it's fabric you want to cut, it's another mat that is called a fabric mat. It is pink color. But for your vinyl materials, this standard grip will do the work for you. This strong grip is stronger than the standard grip. I use it for vinyl material that is so, coily and they don't want to stick easily. I just put them on this strong grip, but this is really strong. Normally you want to use strong grip for if you are cutting something like magnetic sheet. If you are working on acrylic materials, that's when you need strong grip. But at times of vinyl don't want to cooperate with me, then I just put them on the strong grip. This light grip, I only use it when I'm working on papers, so it's not for today's project. Now let me show you some of the things that I've cut. You'll be hearing something like you need to weed. you need to weed. What does that mean? When your material is out, you will not see your design until you remove excess materials that you don't need from that design. Let me show you an example here. This material has been weeded. That is why you can see that the design is 50 heads. But I will show you the golden material inside has not been weeded. So your design will not be feasible until you weed it, until you remove excess materials. I don't know if you can see that there is a design already on this. It has the sign, but until I remove all the excess materials, you will not see this design. You will not see the gorgeous design. So that is what is called weeding. When you want to weed, this is what is called weeder. This is what is called weeder. You will need to use this to weed and remove the excess material. We are going to do practice. I'm just familiarizing you with things that you will see me using so that you are not wondering what is that for. Now, when your material comes like this and you want to place them, on your mat. By the way, the mat comes in 12 by 12, 12 by 24, and there is larger mat for larger, vinyl cutting machine. But for a start, you may not need more than the 12 by 12 and at most 12 by 24. I don't use this 12 by 24 a lot. I use more of that 12 by 12 for my project because actually this is a lot. Yeah, you don't need more than that. When you are pressing it, when you are putting your material on the mat, this is called switching. It will help you to remove any air bubbles that trap between your vinyl material and the mat, because air bubble will disturb the functionality of your cricut machine when you want to use it. One more tip before we leave this area. As you are learning your craft, be writing down the instruction, the material. If you look at my notice board over there, I have the instructions because they are many. There are so many, and you don't want to confuse one, for another. One other tip I want to give you here before we go to the station where I will show you some other things, then we will go into the practical project, is this. The vinyl materials are many, and until you are able to identify them by looking and touching, when they come, they normally come with what the material is. Even up till now, I still do that. I still put the paper label all around them so that when I see them, I know what this one is without stressing myself. If your fabric is stretchy, there are vinyl material you will need to use for them, which is quite different from if you are working with 100% cotton or cotton polyester blend. If your material is nylon or 100% polyester, there is something you need to use which is different from if it is 100% cotton. Because of that, I want to advise, always wrap the label around them in order for you not to be confused about what is what. Because if you use something that you're supposed to use for cotton on nylon, it will not give, the same results. So that is it for this section. We come back here to do our cutting. So let's go to the other work area and I'll show you more things that you need to know to get started.